Stop ko muna diyan ha. So ito yung mga basic goods na na-list ni Hank Green, 'no. Um, these are especially these 3 actually, these 3 are important for the ethics of Aquinas. The rest, 'no, especially seek God and live in society, um, for Aquinas would be mandatory to a human being already, no. As someone who is living in a society, he should live well for others to live well. Sa una, which is life, no, na-explain naman sa video na we have this natural tendency to preserve our own life. And even to the extent of preserving the lives of our loved ones, our immediate environment, your parents, your siblings, your cousins, your relatives, among others. No? In other words, we have this natural tendency to protect them, to help them live their life, to secure their life. And for Aquinas, that is one of the basic goods. Pinaka-basic good yan, yung life. Evident din yan sa animal kingdom, not only in human beings. When you look at the animal kingdom, most of the animals protect their own lives and even the lives of their offsprings. That's why we tend to avoid situations where they endanger our lives. We avoid situations, for example, naka-encounter ka ng criminal, more often than not, you fly away, no? You shun away, you tend to protect your own life. And by doing that, no, by protecting your own life and the lives of other people, especially your loved ones, your immediate environment, you tend to do good compared to doing bad, no? Kumbaga mas prone ka, mas natural sa yung gumawa ng mabuting bagay kung ang goal mo is to protect your life and to protect the lives of other people close to you. Next, reproduction, no? Natural tendency din ng tao, human being, tulad nga ng sabi ko kanina, no matter what your religion is or kahit wala kayong religion mismo, these are basic. You cannot avoid this. Especially the first 3. No? You cannot avoid this. Kaya nga, for example, sa una, sa life, when you take your own life or the life of other people, it would be unnatural and therefore, for Aquinas, unethical. So yung pinaka-basic, which is life, is already the indicator of an ethical life. Pag pinotektahan mo ang buhay mo at buhay ng ibang tao, in part, you are already considered to be ethical. At least in that part lang, no? Pero we will see later on bakit may mga iba pang baka hidden rules, no, to follow in order for us to conform to Aquinas' ethics. And that's why taking one's own life, yung suicide, and murder, no, taking other people's lives, are criminal, no, are criminal cases, are evil things that you could do. Kasi may tanong tayo dito, Sir, paano po pag self-defense? That's a nice question. No? So paano po pag self-defense tapos napatay mo yung tao? Kaya nga sa law, sa Philippine Constitution na bago yung 1987 and the revised penal code as well as the criminal code of the Philippines indicate that pag self-defense yung basis mo ng pagpatay ng isang tao, kasi nga pinoprotektahan mo lang ang sarili mo, no? Pinoprotektahan mo ang life mo, which is the most basic good according to Aquinas, you are thereby acting morally good because you are protecting your own life. At kung napatay mo lang accidentally yung taong nagtatangkang patayin ka, I think that is an exemption to the rule, 'no, yung bang tinatawag nilang hindi siya homicide case because you are just protecting yourself. Hindi rin siya criminal case because you did not plan to. Sino bang nagplanong patayin yung magtangkang patayin ka? Walang gano'n, 'di ba? Pero 'pag napatay mo accidentally yung taong may planong patayin ka, then that could be considered as self-defense. And self-defense, looking at Aquinas' definition of life, you could be saying, you could say na you are acting from an ethical moral stand. So in answer to your question, actually hindi ko alam kung ano yung question mo. Sabi mo lang paano po pag self-defense tapos napatay mo yung tao. I don't know your exact question here, pero yung ang nasa-sense ko, tinatanong mo kung ethical ba yun? Yes, it is ethical because you are protecting your life. Yung pagkamatay ng isang tao, hindi mo planado yun. Kasalanan niya, ba't kanya sinaktan or ba't kasi nag-defend ka lang eh. By definition, self-defense, you are defending your own life. You are protecting your life. That's a good question. Pero yun yung sagot, no? Hindi ka pwedeng tawaging evil pag out of self-defense. Yun nga lang, ah, may mga nang-aabuso kasi ng concept ng self-defense, no? Kadalasan kapag nag-iinit yung mga tao, sasabihin lang nila self-defense. Kaya nga sa pulis, may tinatawag na ano, yung parang, nakalimutan ko yung term, pero yung essence nung parang isang rule nila doon is to implement yung pinaka efficient way in dealing dilemmas, no, in dealing difficulties when it comes to self-defense. Kung kaya pang idaan sa ah, pamamalo, idaan lang sa pamamalo, hindi sa pamamaril. Parang ganun. So, i-continue lang natin yan. Alright? Okay, so reproduction. Okay, stop na natin doon. So, yung reproduction naman, yung second point, no, since you are you are made by God, and sabi nga sa Biblia din, no, sinabi rin doon na go forth and populate, no, go forth and populate the world. Yung sinasabi sa video, that's why we have been given by God sex drive to reproduce. Kung walang sex drive, walang gana ang taong mag-reproduce. Kaya nga, according to the ethics of Aquinas, unethical para sa kanya yung paggamit ng contraceptives. Bawal yung masama, rather, no? Masama. Hindi lang bawal, kundi masama ang paggamit ng contraceptives, and even premarital sex, yung mga ganyan. Nag-sex education na ba kayo? May sex education ba kayo? Okay, kasama na sa curriculum ng K-12. I think basic sana yon, no? Sana lahat nakapag-take nun. Yung sinasabi nating premarital sex, engaging sex even before marriage, mostly kasi gumagawa niyan, gumagamit ng contraceptives, no? Para iwasan yung pagkakaroon ng baby, pagkakaroon ng anak. But that is unnatural for Aquinas. Anything that is unnatural for Aquinas is unethical. And since you are not conforming to your natural tendency to reproduce, hinahadlang mo pa, no, sa paggamit ng contraceptives, you are said to be ethically bad in that case. When we look into the ethics of Aquinas, all that is natural is ethical. So, para sa kanya, paggamit ng contraceptives is questionable, no, unethical. Kaya nga yung reproductive health bill, no, na naging law na ngayon, yung RH bill noon na naging controversial, na RH law na ngayon, yung pag-open ng market for different types of contraceptives and even abortion, for Aquinas, those are unethical acts. So sir, anong gagawin natin? Hindi ba gagamit ng contraceptives para it's up to you. Pero kung kaya mong panindigan yung pagkakaroon ng baby later on, then I think yun yung pinaka-question kasi dun, kung kaya mo, no? Kung kaya ninyo. At syempre, unethical pa rin, kahit sabihin natin kaya ninyo or hindi, dahil you engage in premarital sex. And marriage for Aquinas is natural. Therefore, engaging in premarital sex before marriage, no, engaging in sex before marriage is unnatural and therefore unethical for Aquinas. So, yung pinaka-natural would be what your parents are doing, no, those married ones, no, yung kaya kayo nabubuhay ngayon dito. Meron naman sigurong wala naman sigurong taong walang magulang, di ba? In other words, yung uh, when you take the responsibility, no, the natural tendency to reproduce, you must have the natural tendency and the responsibility and even the accountability as well of educating your offsprings, which comes next. Ito na yun. Okay, so yun yung binabanggit ko kanina na three important things, no, three important goods which do not only apply to human beings but as well as to the animal kingdom, no, itong tatlong ito. But since we are human beings and we are equipped by God with rationality. We are the highest kinds of animals, di ba? We are the social animal, no? Social beings. And human beings are the only ones capable of reasoning. No? Uh, and with that, we have other basic goods which are natural for us, according to Aquinas. The following, no? Seek God, live in society, no man is an island, avoid offense, no? Since you are living in a society, you are thereby uh, mandatorily bounded by law. In other words, pag ikaw ay naninirahan sa isang society, sa isang barangay, whatnot, community, no? You are expected to not offend but defend the lives of other people. And lastly, shun ignorance. Since we are equipped with rationality, we have this capacity to reason. We have this natural tendency to seek knowledge. That's why you are studying. That's why you are coming to my class. No? That's why you are taking certain subjects for you to gain knowledge. No? I hope yun yung goal ninyo, not only to have some degree. Kasi kung kadalasan kasi ngayon ang pagkita ng education, pagdating sa Pilipinas is para lang matapos, sir, para lang may degree, para lang makapasok ako sa trabaho 'no. Pero I hope meron kayong ano, kanya-kanyang passion when it comes to knowledge 'no, kanya-kanya kayong specialty, ah, and that's why you shun ignorance, you seek for more knowledge. Because when you know more, no, definitely you will be able to carry out those lessons in your own life and thereby living a well-lived life. Continue lang natin 'to na ituloy-tuloy na natin ito because these four are additional goods for the human beings. Okay, so ito yung binabanggit ko kanina 'no, na you don't need to be part of a religion. If you're agnostic or an atheist 'no, I don't judge. Kasi I have handled, students who are agnostic and atheist 'no. Um, lalo ang interesting pa nasa religion pa sila pero nasa isang religion sila pero they are agnostic and they're atheist. Sometimes they just follow the orders of their parents. No? Putting that aside, no, in-emphasize din dito sa video which I also said a while ago na you don't need a religion to understand the natural law because it is the premise of Aquinas na we are already equipped with these basic goods. That's why we have this natural tendency to things that are natural for us and therefore are ethical for us. Apologies, mabagal yung net ko. Tingnan natin. I hope nasusundan ninyo yung video. You can also open on your own. Mabagal lang yung net ngayon. Load lang natin. So far, do you have questions? Habang naglo-load yung YouTube. Yung binabanggit niya ngayon dito, yung positive injunction, yung bang 'pag sinabi na basic good is life 'no, which is common to all, even the animal kingdom, yung negative injunction nun is to kill 'no, and not protecting life, which is for Aquinas would be a natural thing to do and therefore unethical. Yung positive injunction would be the ones that we should follow in order for us to be ethical. So, when it comes to life, we should promote life in order for us to be ethical. How to promote life? By just merely taking care of your body, no? Yung when it comes to diet or exercise, because sabi nga ng ibang tao, ng ibang Pilipino actually, 'di ba, hiram lang itong katawan natin. Kaya nga actually sa isang ano, sa Summa Theologica ni Aquinas, because he wrote in Latin, yung problema sa translation din is major impact on reading Aquinas. Pero yung in-upload kong module is simplified but not oversimplified Natural Law of Aquinas. Now, nabanggit doon sa Summa Theologica, may tanong kasi doon na parang why do we need to do good things, no? Why do we need to conform to our natural tendencies? The answer would be which is the answer of Aquinas, sabi niya, because eventually we would end up returning to God. And for us to be worthy, kahit sabi niya nga, kahit you are, even if you are an atheist or agnostic, even if you don't have religion, you will eventually return to God, no? No matter what happened, no matter what. And for you to be worthy of returning to God, you must first and foremost take care of your own body. That's why not taking care of one's body is for Aquinas unnatural already. So, sir, ano ibig niyo bang sabihin unethical kapag malnourished? Unethical ba 'pag hindi nag-e-exercise? Hindi naman. Pero the mere fact that hindi naman kasi hindi nam we don't have, magkakaiba tayong tao, 'di ba? Yung iba madaling tumaba, konting kain lang, 'no? Yung iba naman kahit na kain ng kain hindi tumataba, mabilis yung metabolism. But the point being would be, regardless of your diet and exercise, as long as you promote your life, you are protecting your life, you are conforming to your own natural tendencies, natural traits, then you can be said to be acting from an ethical foundation, which is for Aquinas, the way of ethics. Nag-load na yung ano, patapusin lang nating i-load, no? Medyo malayo pa. Bawasan na natin. Mababa na pala yung quality. So, antayin lang natin yan. While waiting for that, do you have questions? Baka meron kayong naiisip dyan na tanong. Abortion, no, which is an never-ending issue, topic in the world, no? Not only in the Philippines. Abortion, which is the killing of the innocent unborn child, is for Aquinas unethical. Kasi it is unnatural, no, to abort, to kill the innocent unborn child. The natural thing to do would be to go with the birth, no, to go with the uh, pregnancy. When dealing with Aquinas, you only have to think about what is natural thing to do. Kasi what is natural thing to do, um, for Aquinas would be ethical. And the opposite of it, no, what is unnatural would be unethical. So, kung sa tingin ninyo unnatural, for example, pati yung pag-sex change, no, um, for Aquinas, that would be unethical because you are not accepting your nature, no? Parang sasabihin niya ganun. Your natural tendency to procreate. You're denying yourself, no? Kaya nga, when it comes to the issue of LGBTQIA plus community, mahirap gamitin si Aquinas kasi he would he would really be against the idea of homosexuality. Kasi sa animal kingdom din, no, homosexuality is not in the equation. Although may nakapagbanggit sa akin na merong study na ano bang hahayop yung parang may homosexual. Um, I forgot the type of the animal na may homosexuality din. But the point being is that unnatural yung homosexuality. So for Aquinas, homosexuality is unethical. So medyo maraming matitrigger dito no sa idea ni Aquinas. Kasi nga rigid Christian thinking sa kanya. Not only Catholic, no, Roman Catholic, but Christian thinking. Um, Ayun. So tanong, before we proceed with the video, malapit nang matapos, i-load lang natin. Andyan pa ba kayo? Are you still alive? Okay. Tanong? May tanong ba? Masturbation. Now, for both men and women, for according to Aquinas, by definition, would be unethical also. Kasi semen, no, yung sperm or even egg cell, no, which comes up from the woman, are elements in creating a human being. Are elements, ingredients rather, no, for reproduction. And when you inhibit reproduction, pag pinipigilan mo ang pag-reproduce, that is a natural thing to do. And therefore, for Aquinas, masturbation is unethical. Sir, ano yung masturbation? Hindi niyo matatanungin. Search nyo na lang, no? Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, I hope. Ano? Yes. I hope lahat nakapag-take nun yung sex education. Kasi para maintindihan niyo yung sinasabing unnatural and therefore unethical for Aquinas. Kaya natin dinidiscuss ngayon ay para maintindihan niyo yung module na in-upload ko. No? Isa-separate ko yung activity. No? Kailangan niyo munang basahin yun, tapusin yun. Baka ninyo sagutin yung activity na i-upload ko later on. No? Just take your time to read. Medyo mahaba yung module. So, kailangan yung basahin yun for the midterm. Okay? Lapit na matapos yung video. Itutuloy lang natin. Iantayin lang natin no, matapos para tuloy-tuloy yung pag-play. And then later, kung may tanong pa, i-entertain natin. Sabi ko saglit lang yung meet pero umabot na tayo ng 10:45. Comments, kung walang questions, comments, insights. Merong gustong maglabas ng ano dyan, idea niya. What if ganito, ganyan, sir? O kaya, sir, paano pag ganito? Labas nyo lang, huwag kayong mahihiya. Oo nga. Mukhang walang tanong. Ikaw, may tanong ka ba, Baron? Wala naman. Okay. Naalala ko yung cannibalism. Naalala ko. Which is the eating of meat of your own kind. May mga cannibal kasi. Although wala pa akong namimit. Or hindi ako sure kung cannibal sila. Pero pag cannibal, no, cannibalism is unnatural and therefore for Aquinas, unethical. Naalala ko lang kasi yung charge against Christianity before, during the um, premedial, premedieval, premedieval, premedieval period wherein Christians were premedial ba yun? Or after medieval period. But there was one time na na-charge ang Christianity of cannibalism, no? And yung dahilan doon, alam niyo ba yung sa misa, yung take this body, yung may hostia? Yung mga Roman Catholic dito or even the other Christian religion, yung hostia, 'di ba? Take my body and eat of it, 'di ba? Yun yung linya ng pare. Before, ang reading ng mga Romans noon ay cannibalism yun. Kasi body eh. Body ni Jesus Christ. Parang yun yung charge against them na kasi kumakain sila ng katawan ni Jesus. Cannibal yun. Kaya maraming namatay na Kristiyano noon. Because it was against the law to eat the meat of your own kind. No? Cannibalism. Because it was taken to be unnatural. Na-sense nyo ba? Kasi body of Christ, take this body and body is meat. Diba? Pero symbol kasi yun eh. Hindi naman siya talagang meat ni Jesus Christ. Kasi kung meat ni Jesus Christ, ubus na. Ubus na sana. Uh, uh, does not make sense. Does not make sense. But the point being again, yung cannibalism, which is a natural thing to do, is evil act. May siguro naman, I hope walang cannibal dito. Wala, no? Yes, it symbolizes union with God. Pero before nga, yung sa Romans, no? Roman Catholic ako by the way. Ex-seminarian pa nga ako eh. I was supposed to be, I was supposed to become a priest pero bigla akong biglang may anghel na nagpakilala. Eh yan. Um, Yun lang, naalala ko lang yung cannibalism. Because cannibalism is, for Aquinas, by definition, would be unethical. Okay, siguro, okay na siguro itong video. Tapusin lang natin. Then if you have further questions, baka merong lumabas na questions after the video. Okay? Tapusin lang natin. Okay, so yung nabanggit na last 'no, yung kay Kant, yun yung augmentation ng ethics ni Kant 'no, sa idea na yung natural law actually, sabi nga sa video na maraming nilalabas na problema 'no. For example, yung sa marriage, because marriage is a natural thing to do according to Aquinas, um, the objective of marriage actually is to reproduce. That's why you get married. But how about those who can't reproduce? Especially yung mga may health problems, no? That's why they tend to um, tawag dito, adapt a child or surrogacy, no, yung makikipag-surrogate ng isang mother na eligible, um, which is a natural process of pregnancy. So, sabi nga sa theory, that which is unnatural could be considered as unethical. How about those things? No? So, may mga konting problema din sa natural law when it comes to those kinds of situations. What if you get married and you don't plan to have children? Is that natural as well? Natural pa ba yun? Is it ethical pa rin ba? Ah, sa Roman Catholic kasi objective of marriage is the union naman na 'no, the union of love, the celebration of love, not exactly to procreate. Yung option to have children nowadays, I think na na-update din yung rubrics ng Christianity, eh. At least in so far as Roman Catholic is concerned, yung rubrics when it comes to marriage is that marriage is a celebration of union of love. So if you don't plan to have children, then that is okay. So ayun 'no, yun yung natural law theory. Yung in-upload kong module pakibasa, I hope masusundan ninyo yung thought na na-discuss natin ngayon. Sana masundan ninyo yung, pagbabasa 'no, yung lesson na nakasaad doon. Natural law theory is a divine command theory. In other words, it recognizes the authority of God or a supreme being. Pero nonetheless, kahit you are atheist or agnostic, ah, although medyo may pagkahirapan na intindihin si Aquinas, no, this, according to Aquinas, is applicable to all human beings. Okay? So do you have questions or comments, insights, even violent reactions, perhaps, before we end this meet? Nan naman. Alright, so I hope malinaw, no? Nan, ha? Sigurado kayo. Baka mamaya may magcha-chat, "Sir, ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng ganito?" O kaya, "Sir, paano kapag ganito?" Sabihin niyo na ngayon para ma-share din natin sa iba. Baka same lang din yung question nila. Okay, so I hope wala na, no? I hope malinaw din. So, hearing none, um, I would like to thank you all and stay safe. Ipaki-download mo na yung learning materials before you proceed with your lunch. Lunch break niyo na ba after this one or may klase pa kayo? Lunch break na din. Okay. So may mga irregular. Alright. Okay, so paki-download muna bago you go with the next agenda of your schedule. Alright? You to follow na yung activity as well as the module on Aquinas 2 of 2. Part 2 of 2. Mahaba kasi yung kay Aquinas kaya hiniwalay ko yung module. Alright? So kung may tanong pa kayo when it comes to module, just message me through the GC bago nyo ako PM siguro. Or kung nahihiya kayo sa GC, PM nyo lang then remind me sa GC. Okay? Okay, and take care everyone.